1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the Mudblood podcast. This week it's slightly different. No Willie Thompson, but I've replaced him with somebody better. We have in with us today the very fantastic, the very funny. You might know who you are. Introduce yourself to the world.
Nuala. I don't know. What do you
Say
say
your
when
full
someone
name.
says
Say your full name. Say
Nuala
your full name.
Moore?
Nuala Moore.
Hello.
Yes, and Nuala is a wee bit of a internet sensation. Can I say that about you?
Bit of a nutcase.
Well,
Like,
you are a nutcase,
that's
and,
it,
and
really.
most funny people are. But you've hit it off with this page that you have on Facebook, which is called.
From fat to fabulous.
And I first came across your stuff. I think it would be probably over a year, maybe 2 years ago.
And you're only flirting with me now?
Yeah, because you're a name now. You're actually getting plays and all done. So I thought at this stage then I may start talking to this girl. No, but Marty Flynn, a friend of mine, he says to me, look, you need to check this girl out. You need to look at it. And at the time, I was doing plays with Tony Devlin, who you know now very well from Brassnack Theatre. Tony's a friend of mine for years. And Marty says, I'm going to send this girl here. Do you think she should do the podcast? She was talking about doing a podcast. And I was like, you should do everything. Just try everything. You know, she's on there. She's funny. She's got an audience. I says, and anybody that has an audience, I mean, if you're in the town, you're a busker and you've got 3 people listening to you, fucking play your songs.
Absolutely,
Do you know what I mean? And he says, but do you think that? And I says, 100%. And he was me, yeah. And he says, I'm going to bring it to Tony. I says, do it. And then I spoke to Tony. Obviously, I was doing plays with him. He says, I've spoke to that girl and we really, really like her stuff. And I went in, I think maybe 3 months ago, and him and Finn were sitting there, and I says, well, it's
I
crack.
love her.
And they were like glowing about it. They were loving it. They were loving it. So how do you feel about that?
Honestly, terrified. Absolutely shouting myself. But it's like, I don't want to sound really cringe, but you know that scene in Billy Elliot where he goes for the interview and they're like, how does it feel? And he's like, I don't know. And then he thinks about it and he's like, there's electricity going through me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of feels like. It's like, it feels like it's going to be Christmas in the morning, but it's like the best Christmas ever. And that feeling is just lasting. But then I'm afraid. I'm just terrified because I've never done it before. And it's like, I might think something's funny or you might think something's funny. But then to put it out to everybody else and then I'm like anticipating what I'm going to feel like waiting for the laugh. And then if it doesn't come,
But see,
do you know what I mean?
No, I get you. But see, when you put your stuff out on Facebook, do you get the same feeling?
Not all the time. Sometimes.
Do
It
you
depends
worry
how
about-
I'm feeling.
Right, okay. But do you worry about what people think, or do you just say it and do it?
I
because-
just say it.
Well, that's my point.
Because a lot of people are the same. And if I'm thinking it, someone else is going to be thinking it. And that's what I've found from the page.
Yeah, and people relate. Like, I do comedy, so a lot of my comedy is about relating to people and, like, saying stuff that they are sitting in the audience going, do you know what, I 100% agree with that, and they find the funny side of it. And I think you're very similar in the way you're doing your stuff. It's just different now because you've now put your platform where you're going to be on a stage. You've got the
You just
fantastic
feel very vulnerable, don't you?
Caroline Curran, you know, who's absolutely amazing.
No, I'm fangirling over her. I saw her 13 years ago and I remember sitting in the audience, jaw on the floor, just in awe that she was able to transform. Obviously, it's one person, and if she moves an inch and just changes her voice, she's a different person. And I could see, I didn't see her, I saw that person. So for her to represent my work is mind blowing. Like, it's unbelievable.
I think it's going to be massive, personally speaking. I've seen like people do plays. There was a girl that used to do Jack McGarry's Mummy. She used to do these plays like The Night with George. I don't know if you've seen any of them. And
Marty raves about that and
her stuff was unbelievable. And sometimes she played it herself. Is it something you would think about doing?
I would love to. I would really love to because I don't think I'm dramatic, okay? But I can tell the story dramatically.
Right.
And I think that's
I
what
think you're
works.
dramatic, but I'm just saying.
Do you think I'm dramatic?
In a wee bit. Like.
Well, you're not wrong, to be fair. But I would love to get into. I was always into drama in school and did very well. And for me, like, nobody believes me that I'm actually really shy, painfully shy. But whenever you're
That
on
doesn't come across. one
no, I
bit.
know it doesn't, but whenever you're on stage, it's not me who's doing those things. It's
Yep.
this character, which
Yep.
means that I can push it, and I
Right, I get
really
you.
love to lean into that.
Right, okay. Because like everybody says to me, is that like a character? I think other people would ask other people about me, like, is that a character or is he like a? I'm probably the same kind of person
Yeah,
off stage as I am on stage. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But then I done the plays 2 years ago. Done the first one. It was a 1 man play, very similar to what
Like, were
you've.
you nervous?
Only because I've played the fucking big audiences, right? But it was because it wasn't comedy, and I was sort of going. I've been in plays, but it's been with other people.
Mm-hmm.
This is me on my own on the stage, and I was sort of panicking a wee bit in terms of like, is this going to work? Is it going to be good?
Mm-hmm.
And then I done it, and I think the best bit for me was when any of the actors came and they were like, "You think you were acting your whole life?" And I was like, "I mean, for them it's to say that, you know." And the first night, I done the entire play. Say it was meant to be like 40 or 50 minutes the first half, and then the second half was meant to be like 40 or 45. I done the whole play in about 35 minutes
Did you?
on the first night. And Tony came back to me and was like, "What was that?" And I was like,
What, like your nerves? You
I
just
just
went
went out
through
and
it, or?
was like, it just fucking like literally rattled through it. And he was like, "What happened
Did you
there?"
know you were doing it though?
Sort of when I was on stage. And I came off and I was like, "It won't be like that tomorrow."
Mm.
And Tony was like, "What?" And I says, "I just needed that run." I says, "Actually, what we should do from now on is have like a run during the day and bring in just all our friends and let me do
Yeah.
it in front of them, and then that'll get that out of the road." And then from the second night on, it was just perfect. I mean, I went out there and just owned the stage. It just felt like it should be her. You know
I
what
do
I mean?
say so myself.
No, but it was it. You have to have that.
No, you do. But do you feel like with comedy that do you feel like you are sort of performing to an extent all the time? Like
100%. But the comedy, the thing with like people go to me, I don't know how you do it. I like pushing the boundaries to do something different. This Thursday, I'm doing a TEDx talk, which is completely
ya?
different, yeah,
Oh my
from
God.
anything else because it's sort of being serious, but you're 15 minutes.
They're brilliant.
So I've always wanted to do one.
Can you
So
tell me what it is?
yeah, I mean, it's totally just my story about me lost my finger and being in the wrong job.
What finger?
And that one there.
Can you tell me about it?
Well,
Can you tell me about
you can Google it.
it? Right, okay.
But so that's what made me go into comedy and stuff like that. So it was just like a
I'm
traumatic.
gonna keep looking at it now.
Yeah. What you look at, you kind of wiggle it and all that.
Oh.
He dirty looks. But it was, it's just one of them things where in your life, I don't know if you probably have this because I was working as a joiner, working as a taxi man, working as a doorman. And although I was good at what I was doing, there was something telling me
Something missing.
there's something more I could do. And I think you're doing the same with your Facebook page. I think that's you just dipping your toe in and letting people know because you have an audience there. There's people come back and look at your stuff and are interested in you and your brand and everything you have about it. So I think the play is going to be massive, but I do think that you need to do one yourself as well. And I know like this is a big step, just getting it out there and getting Caroline to do it. And you'll probably love Caroline doing it, but I do think whether it be you going like doing sketches or something on your page or wee things to start.
See, I wish I
dipping your
knew
toe
how
in.
to do TikTok. I just
Yeah.
can't work it. I can scroll, but I can't work it. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? I can't make a video, but I
Aye.
would love to do it. But I don't know. You know yourself. It's always self doubt and self sabotage, isn't it?
100%. But I think this is the big stepping stone for you. I think this is going to put you on the platform and people's going to go,
Oh
"Oh,
God,
who's
I
this?"
hope so. That's really kind of you to say.
And because I haven't read all of it, but I've read a good bit of it, and I really like what I read.
The
and I
blog
thought-
or the play?
the play, and I thought it was really good.
Did you read the bit about my granda?
No,
Okay.
but because I wasn't allowed to read it
Right,
all, it wouldn't have been
right.
fair, if you know what I mean. But it was like, "What do you think of this bit? What do you think?" And I was like, "That's really good." Like, do you know what I mean? So,
Finn was
Carla-
actually talking to me yesterday about it, and there's a part that I think isn't as good as other parts, and Finn was like, "No, that's gorgeous."
Ju-
So it's interesting
see wee bits like that until you go into rehearsals,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just you'll be sitting there and you'll go, "Oh my God!" There's a bit that you'll think, I mean, that's just a flyby bit. That's just like a wee into, and the audience will go mad for it.
I think so.
then there's other
you
bits
were
that
in
you'll
it.
think-
So were you able to watch everybody, or were you just, so concerned about performing? Because I want to sit back and not necessarily watch what's going on. I want to watch
People's
everyone
reactions.
watching it.
You can probably you probably do that your first time, but you'll want to watch Caroline doing it. You'll want to see that, but you will, as because it's your stuff. You'll be seeing if people's enjoying themselves, and I
Could
think
you
that
see that with yours?
I was like sort of you try when you're on stage not to look at that. You're trying to be, The only thing is I can break the wall because I do comedy, and if people shout out at me, so during the play I would have been doing fuck up, fucking neighbours next door. I would have put a part into the play that wasn't there. Like fuck up, stop shouting out, no, and people were laughing in that and it was strange too because I done comedy. So there was people coming to the play thinking it was just going to be me doing stand up,
Yeah.
and it was a play, and they were going, "What the fuck's this?" And then they seen it, and they were like, "Oh my god, he can fucking actually perform and do this." So you'll have all them elements going about it, and at the start as well, people's going to go, "Oh, she's just a writer,"
Mm.
until you do a
Something.
performing part, or she can do that, or
It's how you get there, though.
you've already dipped the toe in. You're actually putting toe in now. You're getting out there, and people now knowing what to do, and then it's just to see. And don't get me wrong, you'll not walk straight into performing and doing stand up comedy. It took me 10 to 11 years to like get to the stage where people will go, "Oh, well, he could perform on any stage." Do you know what I mean? It's not an overnight success thing. But with these plays, which I found harder than the stand up, it's rehearsed, even though I wrote it. So I had to learn the lines and
Do you change it as you went as well?
tiny bits.
Mm.
And I could do that because I wrote it. But if you give an actor or an actress your play, they sort of have to play it how the director has said this is the way it's to go, or the writers to go.
Yeah.
I think Tony liked working with me because I'm not precious about my writing.
And you're a bit of a ride. To be fair, like, let's be honest.
But it was, I don't think Tony cares about that. But no, I was able to do that because I wrote it. Whereas if I had been performing for somebody else's, it would have been, you can't do that. That's the way I want it done. And I've done plays where the writer's been really protective of stuff, and I've changed it. And Tony was like, he's going to give off about that. And you sort of had to say to him, listen, I was in that, and I just think that people's not going to relate to that
Yeah.
in West Belfast the same way as...
I'm prepared for that because I've written it in such a way that you can read it, and I know it flows if you read it, but if you're trying to speak it, it's too much of a mouthful. So I'm prepared to cut bits. Like,
Yeah. Don't be
but
precious
it's like
with it.
It's like a wee baby.
But it'll naturally flow. And see with her, you'll see the way she does things, and you'll go, oh, that's class.
Yeah.
Do you know? And
Yeah.
another thing too, I love working with Tony, and I tell Tony all the time. When I'm on stage, I'm like, shout at me because I need like a manager. I need like a football manager to tell me I'm playing shit. So if I'm doing something on stage, Tony tell me, and I'm not precious. So, but you're in a great team. Finn and Tony's just brilliant.
They're unbelievable. Like, do you know how Marty came across the page?
Probably doing what he normally does when he's
Creeping.
Yeah.
So I put up a post about fingering.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then,
Well, that sort of explains it, doesn't it?
The next thing he was following me, and I was like, "Who's this weirdo?
Aye, that
Like,
was
who
to your
is
house,
this
and
weirdo?
you're like, what are you doing?
Like,
Get away
who is
from
that
me."
outside? Watch him. Am I joking?
See,
and-
anybody has the name M, like, see why his name's Marty? He's
Creep.
not even a pervert. I
He's
call
not a
him a Murvert. And people go, what is a Murvert? And I go, 10 times worse than a pervert.
I love it.
So that's
Love it.
Marty.
I'm gonna change him to Murvert then. Yeah,
Murvert.
love it. But he basically said it's probably the wrong time for him to tell me that, but he thought that it was like a good example for his daughter to just be talking about things that, like, let's be honest, we all do.
100%.
Do you know, we're talking about mental health, and we're talking about body image, and we're talking about self-love and self-care. And growing up as a Catholic, and I've talked about it on the page, there's a lot of shame around sex.
Always was.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah,
I haven't been like that with my kids.
good.
From their early age, I told them, because I want them to know if someone fucking touches you or someone says something inappropriate, they know from an early age that's wrong.
Well, I walked in on Mummy and Daddy making my sister, so I've been exposed to it from a really young age. Do you know
Is
what I
your
mean?
sister a
Your
ginger-
daddy's
is
just
your-
rubbing me.
Is your sister a gingerbread person?
A gingerbread?
Oh, with the bacon? Like, what do you mean, your mummy and daddy? What were they making?
Making a baby.
Oh, dear. And what age were you?
Flip. Well, I'm 3 years older than Roisin, so around there.
And you can remember?
Well, I think I remember. I don't know if I remember seeing it or if I think I remember because we've laughed about it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And people are probably going to jump on and say that Mummy and Daddy are like, that's abusive. It's not. Like, don't make it weird.
No. I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
if you don't have kids, don't you?
No, I have 2 dogs.
You've 2 dogs.
I wouldn't.
You have 2 kids. Yeah?
Kids are fantastic, but I would rather
Dogs don't judge.
Mm, my niece and nephew, like, I came across this thing on Facebook, and it's like, do you ever love someone but you just want to bite them? And I was looking at my niece and I was like, I'm going to eat your face. And no, I know that sounds weird, but then I come up on Facebook and it was like, your brain is flooded with like all of these emotions and hormones and whatever else because you love this person so much. So your brain tries to protect itself and then gives you like microaggression to balance out. What was the point? Oh, so I love my niece and nephew so much
Do you want to bite
that
them?
I just couldn't cope with that if it was my own. Plus,
I get what you mean.
see, when they start, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I
you
think
run
I have
out.
a touch of the tism. And then my insides literally crawl, like turn up inside themselves. And I'm like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah. No, I get what
I
you mean.
get so overwhelmed with them on you, do you
Yeah.
know? And Lewis is very touchy and chokes you and all. Some girl's going to be really into that one day, but seeing this heat, no, son.
The
So
good thing
sorry,
about
yes, no kids.
the good thing about having kids like that, like having a niece and nephew or something, you can hand them back. Whereas
But
I
they're
have
amazing.
a lot of responsibilities, and you can't get away from them. You have to, like, this morning, I had to put them into the breakfast club, so I was waking them up, and they were like, "Arr." So they weren't too happy. But
I never used to eat cereal, but like, see now, don't.
oh,
You can't skip breakfast.
I don't eat until after 12 o'clock.
Are you
Muslim.
intermittent fasting?
Muslim.
You're Muslim?
So not intermittent. I just never been properly able to eat during the morning. Like, it's, see, when you work in building sites, your tea was at 10 o'clock, and it used to physically make me
What
sick.
colour's your tea? But builder's tea or like
Oh, I like my
piss,
tea
like
black.
piss pale?
I like my
Oh,
tea
do
the
you?
way I like my man, black with a wee bit of cool water.
Right. I'm trying to really behave because in case my daddy watches this, and I don't want to let him down because he thinks, well, he knows that I drink, but I don't get drunk.
What age are you?
What do you think, Em? I won't be offended. I genuinely won't.
22? 23?
Are you having a laugh?
No, I'm not joking.
Swear my life.
Swear.
38.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You don't look 38.
I don't look 22.
I think when you're talking to girls, you have to be nice.
Okay. Be
But I
honest.
didn't think you were over 30. Like, I didn't.
There you go. 38.
So
And I have a real thing about age. I have a real. I know you could drop dead any minute, and I know that getting age is a privilege, or getting old is a privilege, but it freaks me out. Like, see, losing your body functions, and then waiting outside. There was a man, and he was bent over his radiator, and he was coughing, and he was sneezing. And I was like, oh, gee, look at him. I should go and ask if he's okay. And then next thing, he held his nostril and blew out a big snot. I was like, ugh.
so that was at that moment you said he's not
I
getting
was
mouth
like,
to mouth
no,
now.
he's no, definitely
Yeah, he's
not.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
on your
having
own.
And you're working. Do you mind me saying that you're working or?
Yes, but don't not where.
Right. Okay.
I work in customer service and admin.
And how do you find that?
If I'm being completely honest, I don't take it for granted that I have a job because I was made redundant before years ago, and with COVID, you know, people losing their jobs and their livelihoods and stuff, and I know that how devastating that could be. So I enjoy that I have somewhere to go, and I enjoy being helpful to people and teaching people and learning from people, but I hate having to work. I do. I hate it.
Do you think that comes from because you know you have a creative side inside you and
Yeah.
you're going,
Honestly, this is going to sound really dicky, but I feel like I'm meant for better things. Like, I feel that I have this sounds so dicky, doesn't
it's
it?
not.
I feel
It's
like I
not.
have this thing bubbling, and I feel like I'm being kept down,
That is
and I
your
just need
creative
to
side.
let it out.
Your creative side is going to what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And that's all that is. And I had that my whole life. So other creatives that I've talked to that was the same way, because a lot of people who are creatives all have to have a job or have
But I
to
wouldn't
have.
say I'm creative. Like, I think that's my see hearing yourself being
How
described like
you-
that.
how are
I
you
don't
not?
know, because you don't think of yourself the
Every time
same
you put a
way.
post up on or story up or anything on that Facebook, that's being creative. That's the creative side of you, like wanting to express itself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for me, it's just talking to people. It's just like connection.
But it's expression. It's like you have to look at it like that. And I know you're not. The reason you're probably not thinking you're creative is because this play is going to be the first thing that you're properly doing as a creative, and you're going to go. But you've now wrote a play.
No,
You are a
that's
playwright,
mad. Like,
and
that's
you
mad.
need to put that your name.
I'm a playwright.
But write it down, put it somewhere, like put it on your page, playwright, because see if you don't do that, see if you don't like cement your name in stone in a sense, as I say to people, then it doesn't make it official in your own head.
Do you believe in manifesting?
110%.
Do you?
110%.
I would more believe in what you put out, you get back. So if you put good out, you'll get
Mhm.
good back, and if you're being a dick, you'll maybe get a dicky turn back. But
Mhm.
I don't know about the whole like. I think what's for you won't go past you, but I don't know if that's the same as manifesting.
It's a slight. You won't see it until it actually starts happening. And once you put the play out, then things start happening. But you
Mm.
need to think that's going to happen, and you need to, right, well, here's the next thing, and this is what I want to do. And you need to have wee goals in your head. So now you've wrote a play. We were talking about it. Next one is
I
write
have
another
another one.
play. Right, so there you go. So there's the next thing that's going to happen. Then after the next one, you go, right, well, where do we go from here? And
A book.
what do you want to do? Then you do the book, and you do it. You just do it. You just physically do it, and it's hard. It's really hard. I get it for you because you have a job, but you have to set yourself time and go. This is what I'm going to do, whether it be a Saturday afternoon for 3 hours. And people go, it's really hard to sit down and do it because do you find when you go to bed that your mind starts?
Like it never stops. Do you know? Do you know whenever you go home and you're sorting the kids and you're doing dinner and you're doing whatever and the TV's on in the background and it's on, but that's my mind all the time.
Yeah,
I'm doing other things and there's just constant like. But I think that's something. There's a disorder there. Like I'm
it's
medicated.
not. It's your creative side, and the mad thing about it is a lot of comedians will say this. We get all our ideas just as we're about to fall asleep
Oh my god, it's terrible.
because that's the first time that you've stopped doing tasks. So I actually physically have to go up the stairs and I have to bring my trunks with me up the stairs I've just cleaned, and I have to have this, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to do that. And it has the door locked, and we get into bed and you go like that and you're closing your eyes to try and go to sleep, and your brain goes, here,
Ping. Yeah.
what about doing a bit? And you go, for fuck's sake. And that's what happens with creators.
For that reason, Marty told me to keep a notebook under my pillow.
Even if you're not writing it down, dictate it into the phone. Like just fucking grab it and go.
Do you find it easier to like express what what you want or what you mean through talking or writing?
I find it's through talking.
For me, it's writing because I can use words that maybe I wouldn't use in everyday life because do you know what? You just know when that's not how someone normally speaks, but this is how I speak when I write.
Get
If
you.
that makes sense.
Get you? No,
So
I get
then
what you
for
mean.
me, it is harder.
I write nothing down.
Do you not?
Very, very little. So see, when I actually had to do the play, it was like because I don't write nothing down. Everything's in
So
there
would you just be like
in my head,
potato,
and then
and then that'll remind you?
and then I say it, and I work out my stuff while I'm on stage. If you go and see my show at the start of the run, by the time it comes to the end and the stand up, it's a different show.
What about your show? My husband is shitting himself.
So he
He's
should
like,
be.
I'm not going. I
No,
says,
I'm
you
only
are.
joking.
You
I'm only
absolutely
joking.
are.
I do crowd work, but
I go be sitting like that.
it depends. It depends what. I probably now that I've met you and I've been speaking to you, probably wouldn't engage in.
See, if you don't look at me at least, I will be raging.
I'll look at you, but I'll not engage with you
That's all
because
right.
the whole show would just be us two going back off
yeah,
each
yeah,
other,
yeah.
and it's not for any audience. Do you know what I mean? And what I tend to do now is I pick like 2 or 3 people, mostly men. I very rarely pick on girls unless they're really, really like adamant on.
But are
not
you?
sitting on.
Is it because in this day and age, people are sensitive now and they're like, he said that I was.
I just don't feel comfortable making an idiot or making fun of a girl. I don't feel comfortable. Now, if she's up for the banter, I'll do it. But I never try and pick on somebody unless I done one a couple of weeks ago, and the guy, I couldn't stop looking at him. He was in the front row, and he looked like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my god!
And because he looked like Smeagol, it wouldn't go out of my head.
Did you say it?
And I had to say it, and I turned around and I was like, well, what about you? And he was like, fuck,
Oh, no way!
right? And I was like, this is a more point. And I went, mate, you were brilliant in Lord of the Rings. And the fucking
Oh my
audience, this was a
God.
tent, the audience bust out laughing, right? And I went,
Did he laugh?
and he went, that's my nickname. That's what everybody knows me as in
Oh
the
my
town.
god!
So people will know this. Like, so this guy, he's from down Warren Point direction, but he literally looks like Smeagol. And
But some people are into that.
But well, some people are. Some people pay for it. But I felt bad on the way home because I went. That just came out. It wasn't, and he wasn't being too rowdy or anything. He was sitting in the front row with a tin of beer. So
I
that's
love
it then.
them.
But you know what I mean.
I love
It
them.
was so you do have times where you say things like last night. There was a guy and I was like, "Where are you from?" This was when I'm MCing in the Empire, and he was like, she's from, and I went, I'm not asking where she's from. Where are you from, right? Because I play the whole fucking slavery, right? And he was like, I'm from Israel, and I was like,
Here we go.
where do we go from here? Because it gets political. So I was just like, oh my god, we're not meant to talk to you and all, and it actually worked out really well because he turned out he was part of like a peace.
So he actually was from Israel.
He was from Israel,
Right.
and the girl with him was from Israel and America, and the other girl was from Iran. And I was sort of joking. I was going, "You shouldn't be together." And all this is like a wee G7, only from Timu, the middle of Belfast, and all. But it worked out really well. He was a lovely fella, and he didn't try and put across. He was like, "No, I work trying to find peace, and we're over here learning about your conflict to see if we can try and bring that." So he actually was somebody who you could talk to from Israel, and it wasn't like, "Ah, no, we're not doing any wrong." And he laughed the whole way through it. So it worked out. So sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. But yeah, so that's it. But your
That's
husband should
wicked.
have
You
nothing
have
to
to
worry about.
think about like picking, because it's not that you're picking on people. See, for me, there's no line with comedy. Like when people are making fun of disabilities and stuff, like your man Matt Rife does it. I think it's actually offensive to leave people out.
110%.
So then my daddy was like, "You're going on this and you're putting yourself out there. You know, I've talked about it on the page, being up and down with my weight and all of this." And my daddy said, "Well, what if somebody makes fun of you because of your weight?" And I says, "Well, that says more about them than it does about me." But
Because it's too easy to say that.
I hate when people make fun of fat people and it's a lazy joke, like "you're fat, ha ha ha." Tommy Tiernan does it really, really well, and he talked about his mate riding this fat girl, and he says, and her belly was rippling and it was pushing back. The fucking tears, sorry, Daddy, the tears were tripping me because it was clever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
It's
that's
not
what
just
you have to. You
you're
have to be
fat.
clever with it. You
Yeah.
have to be clever with it, you know. But I think now when you do go out there, if you ever put yourself on like social media,
Had it
TikTok,
all.
so you know
Go
the
and
crack.
kill yourself. You're fat. You're ugly.
The
blah blah
people
blah.
that do 99% of the people are lovely, and if they're there because they like something you do. But you have this 1%, and you know, see the type of guys.
They have Dorito dicks.
The guys that attack me, right, are when I look into it, they've just had a bad relationship breakup, and they're in their own wee flat waiting on their kids coming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they're not happy in themselves, and
But I know that, but it's frustrating. Like, what are you getting from that?
they don't like to see they're in a bad situation. So it's like the race rats last week. It's
Wasn't that nuts?
there's no professionals out there blocking the roads. There's no. This is my point. It's people who they are having a shit time. They're finding it hard to make ends meet. They're on the brew. They maybe don't have a job. They find it hard to get a house. They're working class. They've no money. I get that. I get when people's angry, but to take it out by going out and fucking stopping everybody else living their life is not the way forward.
Yeah.
You know, to blame. You know, where's the rats for Jeffrey Donaldson? I can
I was
fucking
just
talk
about to
about the
say
bastard
that. I
now.
was just about to
But
say
where
that.
where's the rats for him being, you know, you don't want to get too political with it. I understand why people do it. And I was talking about a podcast the other day and I was saying the young people, I get why they rat because I grew up in them areas too and ratting was fucking class. You loved it. It was. You just
It
loved
was something to
it. It was
see.
exciting.
I remember going down to watch my first ride. I was like, "What's going on?
It's
Mummy, why are they
exciting.
throwing bricks?"
You know, so I get why they do it, but the problem is if you get a criminal record, you're fucked. And it sticks with you for the rest of their life. So I tell them all, and they're not going to think about that. That's like me telling my kids. They're going,
What
"Oh,
age are your
get on."
kids?
All different ages 19, 16, 8, and 6.
No TVs in your house, hon?
I'm like the Brits. I don't like to pull out.
Very good.
So, but yeah, no, it's just you try and tell kids and they don't listen. But I understand why they do it. But I think that's the whole thing. And when you put yourself out there, people's going to say stuff and do stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I don't care anymore. I'm going to just tell the truth and just go, yeah, I'm taking fat jobs and
Is that what you're doing?
I've fat jobs, but I train every fucking day too.
Well, this is it.
Do you know? But
But did they make you sick?
they haven't made me sick. No, there's people you get sulfur burps. Do you know sulfur burps?
Like a big eggy burp?
It's not even.
I
Like
get that if I
it's-
drink too much Coke.
Well, there you go. It's the same sort of thing, but it's really sulfury and it's like, whoa. But I was I was more embarrassed for people smelling it around me. But that was it.
Do you ever eat garlic?
Aye.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I don't really care anymore. I'm just like, this is what it is. I'm doing the fat jobs. I'm training as well. And I'm
But you
feeling
know
happy with
what?
myself.
You're right too, because if you have a headache, you're going to take paracetamol. So what's the difference?
100%.
And I was one of them dickheads, like, oh, they're on the fat jams. It's, you know, I was really judgmental about it until actually I thought about it. But I think it was because the likes of these already skinny, beautiful, perfect celebrities who were doing it, and then was making people feel like shit. Like, why can't I look like that? And
Yeah.
you know, people are already like, see, social media, as amazing as it has been for me to build like this wee community, it can be a nasty, horrible
Oh,
place.
100%. There's no escape. It's what I say to my kids. When I went to school and there was a bully,
Mm.
when you left school, you got a break from it. The thing with social media is you don't get a break from it. Now you can block somebody, but I have ones that literally make up. None of them will do it with their actual. There's been one or two has done it with their actual face and their name. We've went to their doors.
Have
But,
you?
oh, fuck
Oh,
I.
I would love to do something like that. And what do you say? Yo, ball bag.
Here I am. You know, and I go to their doors if they say
How do you
that
find out where they live? People know people, don't they?
I'm like Liam Neeson. I used to be a delivery man. I know where everybody lives. But it was one of them things where no one says, next time I see you, I'm going to knock your fucking. And when it gets to that stage, I'm going, here I am. I'm right here. I'm here the next day. And they're,
But do you kind of love that you piss people off so much?
no, I would rather I made everybody really happy. So it annoys me when I piss people off because
Yeah.
that's not what I'm trying to
But
do.
there's some people who are happy being unhappy, and they're just not your people.
I actually try and embrace them. And I have done this. I'm like, do you want a hug? I'll come and give you a hug.
Are you
I'll
okay,
listen
hun?
to
Do
you.
you want to talk about
No,
it?
but do you want a platform? Because I'll give you it. I'll give you the platform here if do you want to talk, because I'm all about mental health as well. I've went through real dark days. So anybody that's like that and they're not happy in themselves, I go, do you want to have a conversation? Because I'm here to listen. And
Would you suffer with
I did,
with
yeah.
it? You did, so not now.
I would never say that I wouldn't not have it. I'm in a very good place and everything's going really well. There's days when you look at something or maybe you don't sell a show well or something and you're like, oh.
I
But
hit a downer last week. Like, my mind goes really dark and twisty. So like, I remember phoning the doctor and I said, like, I'm really struggling more than usual. And she says, are you feeling suicidal? And I went, well, yeah, but no more than usual. And she was like, oh, we need to get you counselling. And are you in danger? I was like, no, this is my normal. But for people who aren't aware of it, I suppose that is like freaky for them. But last week, work was shit. I was crying to my man, like, you know, that real ugly crying, and the snatters just coming down you and you're wiping your
were you doing this
face
in work?
in work over Teams call because she wasn't in the office at the time, and then managed to bring myself back down. Thought, right, I'll go home and pet the dogs, give Johnny a kiss, whatever. Then I got up into bed and then I read about that wee baby. Don't want to talk about it, but I read about that wee baby, and then I thought, I actually don't want to be here. Like, this world is horrible. And I had the way that my mental health works is if I fight against that thought, then that thought pushes back harder. So I have to sit with that and let it settle and then move on. So I sat sort of in the dark, as I call it, for 2 days, and then it was all right.
Does the writing and all that make you feel better?
Yeah, very much so.
So see when you have them dark, like when I have them, I in my head I go, but you've been sent to do this. You've been sent to me.
Someone said that to me. Do you think you have mental health because you're meant to use it to help people? And I was like, is there something wrong with you?
No, I believe
But
it.
now I kind of get it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe that you're like, I say to people, because people contact me and I go, listen, I'm not a therapist or anything. So see anything I say here, it could be the wrong fucking thing. But I done a show in the Crumlin Road Jail.
It's really cold in there. It freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like, people were literally in there and you're sitting eating your dinner. Do you know what I mean? Were they not?
What do you mean?
Were they not in jail in there? Or
Oh.
are they themselves just for play?
No, there was people.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
that's weird. That just freaks me
Do
out.
you know we done a comedy show on it? With Tim McGarry, I would say 8 years ago.
Like, he's up there, isn't he? I see him
Big
disco.
tall
I'm
fella,
like, oh, yeah.
Well, Tim and me were doing a comedy show in there, and a couple only paid into the comedy show so that they could go into the cell and get free,
Oh, no, that's weird.
isn't it?
There's like
So
ghosts
and they get
of...
caught. So we're on stage and all this like commotion happened, and this couple got up and left as I was emceeing. So the show started, and then as I was bringing Tim on, they disappeared, and people noticed them, but they thought they were going to the toilet to sniff coke or something, and then they snuck down into the cells and they were caught.
It's not a horny place. Like, I've been there. It's not the one.
No, well, some people maybe it is, but I
Maybe
just
you
found
turned them on.
No, I don't think so. I think the story that they told the staff was they had a fetish for it and they just came for the night for that.
Oh my
So
God.
it was mad. Like,
I mean, we listen, we don't judge.
yeah, listen, everybody teaches his own. As I say, everybody has their own thing. But
Do you
yeah,
like it weird?
no,
That wee baby finger.
I'm really like it. It's what I say. I don't have any mad fetishes. It's mad when I see
Do you
people
know what
having
my
mad ones.
fetish is? Going to a hotel room by myself, closing the door, and just lying down with no noise.
People normally with kids have that because
It's my dogs.
I say a joke about it. What I say is like married couples. I just see a dirty weekend away. It's not a dirty weekend away. It's
Just
literally
sleeping.
going to a hotel and like my idea of like my fucking fetish is sitting watching Homes Under the Hammer and nobody disturbing me
Not bad.
in my bed. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
It's
yeah.
like
Thought you were going to say football shopping.
people are like, no, because you come watch football. This is the thing. You'll watch football in front of your kids.
Do you like an Antiques Roadshow?
Oh fuck!
And then they do the wee boot and all at the
I
end.
can't. You can't beat the Antiques Roadshow.
I don't like it.
Oh fuck!
What
It's
do you call the wee thing they get at the end? Do they not get like a wee pin? Did I get a pin or a sticker at the end of this?
yes, yeah, DLA one,
A wee blue badge.
blue badge. But yeah, no, I love the Antiques Roadshow. I've always loved that. I like some weird stuff like that way. People go, no way, you'd be in that.
Go.
I like classical music.
I get you. I know what you mean. Have you ever seen Andrea Bocelli?
No, he hasn't seen himself. Either.
Well, this is it. But I went. I didn't want to go. I bought him tickets for his birthday, and actually, I was in a downer, like a real. I had this downer for like a year. It was the worst. But anyway, I went and he started singing, and I swear to God, he was singing just to me. And Johnny would be a Liverpool fan, so he sang "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Fuck's sake.
Did I just
Nah, I
ruin
like
it?
that song, but I hate Liverpool. Fuck
So it
Liverpool.
came on, and I swear my chin took on a life of its own, and whatever demon was possessing me for that year to make me in a bad place, it literally left.
Did it give you chills?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
I like ballet. I haven't been in opera, but do you ever see your man Andre Rieu? Is it?
Yeah, he freaks me out a wee bit.
I've always.
Do you know who
wanted to go
he
and
looks
see him.
like? Do you ever see Ghostbusters and your man in the picture
He
who
does.
comes? He looks like him.
I get you. I think he looks animated.
He's like a
looking at him.
caricature of himself.
He is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Disney character of himself.
But is he a good Disney character? He looks like
no,
an.
I don't
I
see
think he
bad
looks
in
like
him.
an evil.
You see bad
That's
in him?
really judgmental of me.
I don't
He's
see
probably a
bad.
lovely,
I don't see bad
lovely
in
man.
him. I see good in him. Like.
But you ever be doing that? You're walking past and you see something, you're like, cretin,
Mhm.
you fiddle with cats. Do you know what I mean?
You see. Do you see
keep
yours
shit in a
around people
jar.
or anything like that? No.
No. But I get, again, like not to sound like a dick or like hippy dippy, but I get an energy, like a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone, and whenever I'm with them, I literally just feel depleted. Like I just
drain
feel
you?
drained, and I don't like
Are
to
they
be
a
around
negative
them.
person?
Yeah. I used to be a negative person because I used to be unhappy with myself. And I used to think it was because I was fat. I used to think, oh, and this is part of like what's mentioned in the play, if I get down to a size 10, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be beautiful. Everyone's going to love me. Everyone's going to like me. Everyone's going to think all these amazing things about me. And then whenever I didn't get to a size 10, but I got not too far off it, I was miserable.
Were you miserable because you were doing things that you didn't want to do to keep that way?
I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was sort of chasing the attention then.
You were doing it for everybody else?
Yeah, because people had noticed it. You look amazing. Oh my God, you look great. Look at all the weight you've lost. You look great.
You become a junkie for that.
Yeah.
For them comments.
And then this sounds really bad, but it was nearly like a form of self-harm at the time because I was training so much. I was running, I was doing back-to-back classes with personal training, and I would get a groin strain. But I saw that as like a trophy. I must have earned that. And then I did a boxing class, and my gloves weren't good gloves. They were shitty gloves from Sports Direct. But I thought whenever I punched and it hurt, I was like, I deserve that. Like, I'm earning this. Does that make sense?
Oh, good.
So it was a very toxic time. But I was trying to make a point before that, and I went off on a tangent. Can't remember what it was.
What were we talking
about being like a happy person or so. So yes, I used to be a negative or kind of unhappy person because I thought I would only ever be happy looking a certain way and being sort of like socially accepted as being gorgeous or whatever. And someone, her name's Gemma, and she said to me, I said something like, I don't like Patty's shoes today. And I says, am I a bitch? And she says, no, but you're negative. And I said, what? I didn't really know.
You didn't know the negative energy. It was just
Yeah. So literally
just
her
facing.
telling me that in that moment
Clicked it.
changed everything for me. And I thought, do you know, like what we were saying about the bullies, not that I was ever a bully, I was bullied, but I suppose those unkind thoughts was only hurting me.
like
It
what
wasn't hurting anyone
It's
else.
what we were talking about. Like people sitting, the ones that attack me tend to be like men that's going through a hard time, and they attack me on.
And is
on
it
them.
mostly, well, I suppose for me,
Yeah.
actually for me, it's
Because
men too.
What my audience has changed in the past 2 years, and it's actually changed where a lot more females would follow my page, where it was always like males, and it was just so you were on there, you were and I was happy just being the big fat clown, if you know what I mean. Do you know?
You do, you play into like your
But
own
now I've changed
stereotype.
it, and I think I fucking put up a picture of fucking me standing posing or something, and you get all the fucking comments, and girls are really nice to you. They're like, here, and so some fellas too, like they're looking well paid or something like that, and then you'll get some fellas just coming in and going,
Your
"Still
goodies
a
or
fat
scrappers.
cunt." Do you know what I mean? Or like, you're an ugly bastard, or and you're going, why are you fucking attacking me here? Do you know? But in the same sense, I go, when you put a picture up, you're gonna get this.
I know my daddy says that, but I just don't think it justifies it. I get you're opening yourself up, but I don't think it excuses people being shitty.
It doesn't, but at the same sense, you can't stop what people think.
So would you have the internal voice all the time? Like you're constantly talking to yourself?
More than one,
Does it come out?
sometimes.
I hate that. So see, whenever I first met Tony and Finn, so Mario said to me, I'm gonna phone them and see like if they're happy to me give you your details. And then he says, right, send the details over. I sent a piece of writing over, and within 2 hours, Finn was like, we want to meet you. And I was like, what? I didn't actually expect a reply. Do you know what I mean? So I met them then the week or two after, and we went to the Northern Wig, and I'm sitting there like all prim and, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then Finn walks in, and as soon as I saw her, we're talking about energy, I was like, oh, I felt myself calm down because I knew she was a bit of me. So we had agreed then that I was going to come on board, and this was fantastic. And Tony was like, slancha, and Finn goes, cheers. And I went, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Up a hoots. And I was sitting there like, why did
They
I
love that, but,
like that
but
still
they love that.
that's a year ago, and that still haunts me.
But they love that.
But why did that happen?
I think it's just your identity. I just think it's just you
It's the
coming in.
tism.
Aye, do you know what I mean? It just comes out, and
Do you have a diagnosis?
I have no. I'm nuts. Like, I know I'm nuts, but I've never got a certificate to say it. Do you know what I mean? So until I get a certificate saying he's nuts and it's on the wall, I'll not believe it.
Yeah.
But there is times that I go, fuck, you are nuts. And
But aren't the best people nuts?
it's, well, as long as you're nuts in the right way.
Yeah.
Because I was on a flight one time, and there was a fella I went to primary school with, and he was sitting at the exit door, and I says,
He's going to pull that.
yeah, I'm not staying in the plane if he stays there. My wife was going, what are you talking about? And I'm going, I'm telling you now. I says, look, to see to prove a point, I'm going to put his picture up, and people that know him, and I'm going to say, this guy's sitting at the exit door, would you stay in this plane?
But that's an intrusive thought for me. Like, just pull that.
He,
I won't.
He
but
would,
do you know?
But he would.
He would.
He would have. I went to school with this guy. I grew up in like primary school with him, and he would have. But he then met a girl that got him diagnosed, and he's on medication, and he is a
What with?
completely-
Like, what
I don't
is
know.
it?
I didn't ask specifics of what it
didn't
was, but he. So what happened was, I said to the hostess, I says, listen, I'm not staying on this flight if he stays in that seat. I said, I grew up with him, and I went to primary school with him, and he is the one person.
Like, this is an actual serious alert.
Not even a joke. I says, I put that up on Facebook, and there's a comment. And she went, right. And she went up, she went, I'll go up and move him. And she went up, and he stood up, and he went, who the fuck said something? Who said something? And
You're like that.
no, and he went, ah! And I went, please sit somewhere else. And he went, no, I'm sweet now. And I was like, no, please sit somewhere else. It's just, I can't stand
Fair
it.
play to him as well for being self-aware.
And he was
Do you
like, and then halfway across the flight to Amsterdam, he came up and he went, I would have pulled it.
Oh my God. No, that's
With a big
awful.
sinister laugh, like, he went, I would have pulled it, and I went, fuck. So
Oh my
it freaks you out.
God.
Freaks you out a wee bit. But,
But my thoughts do freak. Like, I'm never going to act on them because, like, I know I'm normal. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not normal.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, you're just driving. You're like, just drive in the traffic. Just turn the traffic.
That's my brother Sean, right?
Like,
He's
I'm
been
not.
recording.
I
He's been
don't
recording my
wanna-
podcast from the start, right? I don't know because I don't watch them back, but I know that he edits the bollocks out of some of the stuff I say. Because sometimes I just say something I shouldn't say.
Dark and twisty.
Not even
People are
dark
going to
and
be
twisty.
phoning
It's-
helplines
it-
for you.
No, I am not even that way on stage. I'm not that dark. You know,
Oh, I
like I'm
am.
not that. I'll say stuff that's like, but I'm not that dark. But I do have then, or I'll say something, that could be legal. Do you know what I mean? Nuala with a hula.
Oh my God, how many times I've been sent that. And do you know what my other one is? Oh my God, you have OCD. That's class. So does David Beckham. Bet your house is spotless. My house is disgusting.
Yeah.
I have the unhelpful OCD. Touch that table 5 times or Paddy's going to die. Now I'm going to have to do it.
Me too.
Do you have that? Like, my OCD keeps you all alive. Yous are welcome.
That's what you have. Like you have to.
Yeah. So I get internal thoughts, like violent images, or like, I call him Frank because I used to be afraid. I didn't know what this feeling was. And the
Right.
counsellor said to me, give it a name. And I was like, Frank. So Frank will just be like, touch that. I'm like, what? He's like, touch it. I'm like, I don't want to touch it. He's like, just touch it. Something's going to happen. Just touch it.
I didn't know she was nuts.
I told it. Once a talipram.
But listen, tell everybody about the play. Tell them when it's on, where it is, where they can get the tickets.
So the play is in Roddy McCorley's Heritage Centre. Did I
Yes.
say that right?
You did.
Okay.
You said it better than I fucking said. I just go to the
Over
rallies.
in the West, I'm telling everybody that there's a bar in the room because I think that's very important. You have to stay hydrated.
What people don't understand about this, because they just hear Roddy McClory's, right? See this room, I've done 2 plays. I've done, 2 plays in it, my own plays at Christmas time. This is like, the room is unbelievable. Even when I do a comedy show on it, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's better
very
than
nice.
like, it's because it's intimate.
And it's
do you
like
know?
a wee tight room.
Yeah.
170 people a night, and you see a play in there and the laughter kicks in. There's no better place. And it's comfortable, there's food, there's drinks, there's everything. It's during the field, so the weather's going to be nice. They have a lovely balcony and
See,
they have
that's what I'm
tables
worried
outside.
about is that people are going to be out down in the caravan or wherever and they're not going to come.
But
Please
listen,
come.
you need to understand this. You can only do what you've done. You've wrote it, you've put it on. I think it's going to be a success. Once,
You
brass
coming?
neck,
What night you coming?
I don't know yet because I'm busy.
He's trying to get free tickets, isn't he?
No, not one bit. I wouldn't do it. Tony will try and give me free tickets and I wouldn't take them. But I'll be there. I just don't know what night I'm going. I think my wife's going to love it. And you're very hard to make her laugh, but I think she's going to love it because
Brilliant.
it's her type of stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. And I think
Thank
everybody
you.
needs to go. It's new writing, which is always really exciting to say that you've got in at the start when this person's just done this new thing. You know, see in 5 years' time when you're massive and everybody's going to see your stuff, we're going to be able to say, well, sure, we seen her in the rallies, her first play. You know,
I think what
and we
people
done the
might
podcast.
like about it, if I'm being kind to myself, is that everybody, male or female, can relate to something.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know, there's love, there's loss, there's weight, there's body image, there's mental health, there's something.
The fact that you've got all that in one play, unbelievable. Because some people can write a play and it's just about one subject and it's just right through. I've always tried to do that with my stand-up where I try and hit the emotions on the different levels. And you're doing that in your first one. Wait until you get doing. So folks, get till this play, go and see it. Nuala's fantastic. She's very, very funny. And you're going to see that in her writing. Caroline Curran's playing the part. It's going to
Unbelievable.
be brilliant. You're
Finn
going to love it.
Kennedy's directing it,
Finn
and she's
Kennedy's
just
directing it,
unbelievable.
who's
She's class.
brilliant, and it's run by Brassneck, and it's during the Fela. I mean, what else? It's on the plate for you, sir. And
The dates are Thursday, the 30th of July, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the same days the following week and into August.
just go and see it. That's all I'll say.
Please.
And we'll put a wee.
I'll
link
buy
up
a
for
Jaeger
you.
bomb. I'll
There you
probably
go.
bully,
Do not
bully
promise
you.
that
No, I'll
because-
bully people
no,
into
you
a Jaeger
can't
bomb. I
because-
turn to be a bit feral.
170 people might want one.
Listen, that's all right.
No.
If people are good enough to part with their money to
We'll
buy
do
a
it.
ticket, I'll give them a Jaeger bomb.
Nuala, thank you very much for coming.
Thank
and
you
talking
so
to me.
much.
And you were all worried about this, and it was
I know
so
it was
natural.
actually dead on.
Told you. Just a wee
Gorgeous Size was
conversation.
settling me over there. I kept looking at him and he was bringing me back. You single? Am I joking, Johnny?
Folks, see us all later. Catch and listen. I have shows on sale. This is good. Is this good Friday? Friday, I'll be in Lima Valley. I will have Bangor on Sunday night.
You're never in.
I'm never in. Bangor on Sunday night, and I have loads of stuff on sale down south. I've just announced the waterfront in January, so go on and check my website out and buy a ticket for that
Check
as
my
well.
website out,
Yes. See you later.
When you go.